Most people assume that making serious money requires traditional careers like medicine, law, or finance. They spend years in school, accumulate massive debt, and climb corporate ladders hoping to eventually earn six figures. Then there are these careers, where people discovered that the strangest, most unconventional jobs often pay way more than respectable professions that require decades of training. 1. Professional odor judges can earn up to $85,000 per year by smelling armpits, breath, and feet to test deodorant and hygiene product effectiveness. Major companies hire these specialists to ensure their products actually work before launching them to market. The job requires a sensitive nose, the ability to distinguish between hundreds of different scents, and apparently an iron stomach. These odor experts spend their days having people raise their arms after workouts, breathe directly into their faces after eating various foods, and remove their shoes after wearing them all day. While most people would pay money to avoid smelling strangers' body odor, these professionals get paid impressive salaries specifically because the work is so unpleasant that few people are willing to do it. The job requires extensive training to identify specific scent compounds and rate odor intensity on standardized scales. 2 professional cuddlers make between $60–80 per hour, providing non-sexual physical affection to clients who are touch-starved or lonely. These therapeutic touch specialists work with people who need human connection without romantic involvement, including those recovering from trauma, dealing with social anxiety, or simply lacking physical affection in their lives. The profession requires certification, clear boundary-setting skills, and the ability to provide emotional support through platonic touch. Successful professional cuddlers can earn over $100,000 annually if they maintain a full client schedule and operate in major cities where demand is highest. The work involves spooning, hand-holding, and providing comforting physical presence, all while maintaining strict professional boundaries and ensuring clients feel safe and respected. 3. Snake milkers earn around $50,000–$70,000 annually extracting venom from poisonous snakes for use in creating antivenoms and medical research. These specialists work at venom extraction facilities, carefully handling deadly snakes and collecting their venom by making them bite through membranes stretched over collection containers. The job requires nerves of steel, extensive knowledge of reptile handling, and acceptance that one mistake could result in a potentially fatal bite. Despite the danger, there's high demand for skilled venom extractors because anti-venom production depends entirely on people willing to risk their lives working with the world's most dangerous snakes. The profession requires years of training in herpetology and snake handling, and experienced venom extractors are so rare that facilities compete to hire them. 4. Professional mermaids can earn $250–$500 per hour swimming in elaborate tails at parties, aquariums, and corporate events. These aquatic performers have turned childhood fantasies into lucrative careers by learning to swim gracefully in heavy silicone tails while holding their breath for extended periods. Top mermaid performers work at major aquariums, high-end resorts, and exclusive private parties, with some earning over $80,000 annually. The job requires exceptional swimming skills, the ability to perform underwater while making it look effortless, and maintaining the magical illusion for audiences. Successful mermaids invest thousands in realistic custom tails and spend months developing the swimming technique needed to move convincingly while essentially having their legs bound together. 5. Golf ball divers make $50,000–$100,000 per year retrieving lost balls from water hazards on golf courses, then cleaning and reselling them. These underwater specialists dive into murky ponds and lakes filled with golf balls, alligators, snakes, and various hazards, collecting thousands of balls per dive. The job requires scuba certification, comfort diving in zero-visibility water where you can't see your hand in front of your face, and willingness to share water with wildlife that might consider you an intruder. Golf ball divers sell their recovered balls back to courses or directly to golfers at significant markups, with some experienced divers collecting over 5,000 balls in a single day. The profession combines the danger of underwater work with the bizarre reality that there's a thriving market for used golf balls. 6. Professional line standers earn $25–$50 per hour, waiting in line for other people who don't want to wait themselves. These queue specialists camp out for days before product launches, concert tickets, or limited availability events, essentially selling their time and patience to wealthy clients. In major cities, professional line standers can earn over $60,000 annually during peak seasons by maintaining spots in multiple lines simultaneously and coordinating teams of waiters. The job requires tolerance for boredom, ability to withstand weather extremes, and strategic planning to maximize earnings by choosing which lines offer the best hourly rates. Some line standing companies hire teams of people to wait for everything from new iPhone releases to supreme clothing drops. 7. Pet food tasters can earn up to $75,000 per year eating dog and cat food to ensure quality, taste, and nutritional value meet standards before products reach pets. These food scientists have refined palates trained to detect subtle differences in pet food formulations, checking for proper texture, smell, and flavor balance. While they don't typically swallow the food, they chew it thoroughly and analyze all aspects of taste and mouthfeel. The job requires a strong stomach, culinary expertise, and the ability to evaluate pet food using the same criteria applied to human food products. Major pet food companies employ these tasters because pets can't provide feedback about whether new formulas taste good, so humans have to do it for them. 8. Professional bridesmaid services charge $300 to $2,000 per wedding to stand beside brides who don't have enough friends or family to fill out their wedding party. These hired friends attend all pre-wedding events, wear matching dresses, participate in ceremonies, and basically pretend to be lifelong friends for the duration of wedding festivities. The job requires acting skills, emotional support capabilities, and ability to blend seamlessly into wedding parties while maintaining professional boundaries. Successful professional bridesmaids work multiple weddings per month and can earn over $50,000 annually, with some expanding into full wedding planning and coordination services. The work involves everything from helping choose dresses to managing drama between actual wedding party members. 9. Furniture testers earn around $50,000 per year, sitting in chairs, lying on beds, and using furniture to evaluate comfort, durability, and design effectiveness. These ergonomic specialists work for furniture manufacturers, testing prototypes before mass production, spending their days deliberately trying to break furniture and find design flaws. The job requires attention to detail, ability to articulate subtle differences in comfort levels, and willingness to spend hours sitting in chairs and lying on mattresses. While it sounds like the easiest job imaginable, furniture testers must provide detailed feedback about everything from lumbar support to armrest height, essentially getting paid to do what most people do for free at furniture stores. 10. Professional sleepers can earn up to $15,000 for a single research study, participating in sleep research that monitors everything from brainwaves to sleep position. Universities and research institutions pay these sleep study participants to sleep in labs while connected to monitoring equipment, helping scientists understand sleep disorders, dream patterns, and the effects of various conditions on sleep quality. Some professional sleepers work with luxury hotels testing mattresses and bedding, earning money to provide feedback on comfort and sleep quality. The job requires the ability to sleep in unfamiliar environments while connected to wires and being monitored, which is harder than it sounds. 11. Waterslide testers make $30,000, $50,000 annually visiting theme parks and resorts to ride every waterslide multiple times, evaluating safety, speed, and entertainment value. These quality control specialists travel the world testing new attractions before they open to the public, checking for rough spots, proper water flow, and overall ride experience. The job requires fearlessness about high-speed water attractions, attention to detail about safety concerns, and ability to provide constructive feedback to park designers. While riding water slides sounds like pure fun, professional testers ride the same slides dozens of times per day, analyzing every aspect from entry points to splash landings. 12. Professional mourners earn $50 to $100 per hour attending funerals of strangers to make the services seem better attended and provide emotional atmosphere. These hired grievers cry on cue, comfort actual mourners, and fill out funeral attendance to help families save face when turnout is disappointingly low. The profession is centuries old, but has evolved into a modern service industry with professional mourning companies providing various packages. The work requires acting ability, emotional control, and comfort spending days surrounded by grief and death. Successful professional mourners can earn over $40,000 annually in areas where the service is culturally accepted. 13. Dice inspectors at casinos earn $60,000 or $80,000 per year, examining dice under microscopes to ensure they're perfectly balanced and not weighted to favor certain numbers. These quality control experts use precision measuring equipment to verify that each die meets exact specifications down to fractions of millimeters, checking for imperfections that could affect fairness. The job requires extreme attention to detail, understanding of probability and physics, and ability to focus on repetitive inspection work for hours. A single imperfect die could cost casinos millions if it consistently rolls certain numbers, so these inspectors play crucial roles in maintaining game integrity. 14. Professional cuers in China can earn substantial incomes waiting in line for others at government offices, hospitals, and various services where long waits are common. These line specialists navigate bureaucratic systems, understanding which offices require which documents and when to arrive for shortest wait times. The profession has become so organized that queuing companies employ hundreds of workers and coordinate complex schedules to maximize efficiency. Experienced queuers earn premium rates by developing expertise in specific bureaucratic processes and building relationships with office workers who can expedite services. 15. Plane repo specialists earn $10,000, $15,000 per aircraft they successfully repossess from owners who've defaulted on loans, with some earning over $150,000 annually. These aviation recovery experts track down planes, often internationally, then legally seize them by flying them away when owners aren't looking or are unable to prevent the repossession. The job requires commercial pilot licenses for various aircraft types, investigative skills to locate planes that owners are deliberately hiding, nerves of steel to take aircraft from potentially dangerous situations, and willingness to work in legally gray areas of international aircraft recovery. Successful repo pilots can earn substantial incomes by recovering multiple planes per month, though the work involves significant risk of confrontation with angry owners who don't want to lose their aircraft, and occasionally requires entering foreign countries to seize planes and fly them back to the United States. The profession attracts former military pilots and adventurous aviators who enjoy the combination of detective work and flying. 16. Professional online game farmers earn $20,000, $50,000 annually playing video games to accumulate virtual currency and items that they sell to other players for real money in thriving virtual economies. These gaming entrepreneurs operate in games with valuable digital economies, grinding through repetitive gameplay for hours daily to collect rare items, level up characters, or accumulate in-game currency. The profession has created entire industries in some countries where gaming farms employ hundreds of workers playing games around the clock in shifts, treating virtual worlds like digital factories producing valuable commodities. While playing games sounds fun, professional farmers perform repetitive tasks for hours daily, essentially turning entertainment into tedious factory work where efficiency and productivity matter more than enjoyment. Some gamers earn substantially more by focusing on rare item acquisition or providing high-level services like dungeon running for wealthy players who want achievements without doing the work themselves. 17. Iceberg movers in Canada earn $40,000, $70,000 per year using specialized boats to tow massive icebergs away from oil rigs and shipping lanes to prevent catastrophic collisions. These maritime specialists attach lines to ice formations that can weigh millions of tons, slowly moving them away from danger zones where they pose threats to offshore operations. The job requires advanced maritime skills, deep understanding of ice behavior and ocean currents, and willingness to work in dangerous Arctic conditions where one mistake could result in ship damage, environmental disasters, or death. The profession exists because icebergs pose serious threats to offshore drilling operations and shipping traffic, and towing them away from danger is more practical and economical than trying to destroy them or work around them. Some iceberg movers work for oil companies, while others contract with shipping companies or government agencies responsible for maritime safety. 18. Professional ethical hackers make $75,000, $150,000 annually, with top specialists earning over $300,000, by breaking into computer systems legally to identify security vulnerabilities before malicious hackers exploit them. These cybersecurity specialists use the exact same techniques as criminal hackers, but work for companies trying to protect their systems from attack. The job requires extensive programming knowledge across multiple languages, deep understanding of network security systems and their weaknesses, and ability to think like criminals while maintaining ethical standards. Top ethical hackers command premium rates because their skills prevent data breaches that could cost companies millions in damages, regulatory fines, and reputation loss. Some work as full-time security employees, while others operate as independent consultants, earning substantial fees for penetration testing services. The profession has grown dramatically as cyber attacks have become more sophisticated and damaging, creating huge demand for people who can break into systems before bad actors do. 19. Gross stunt performers in entertainment earn $500 to $2,000 per gig, eating disgusting things or performing revolting acts for TV shows and live audiences. These professional gross-out artists consume live bugs, rotten food, and various inedible substances, pushing the limits of what audiences can watch without looking away. The work requires strong stomachs, ability to perform under pressure, and willingness to do things most people couldn't be paid any amount to attempt. Successful gross stunt performers develop tolerance for disgusting experiences and can earn over $60,000 annually during active seasons. 20. Professional pushers in Japan earn respectable salaries, compressing passengers into overcrowded subway cars during rush hour, ensuring doors can close despite impossible crowds. These transit specialists use specific techniques to fold passengers into trains without causing injury, performing jobs that exist because Tokyo's subway system operates beyond capacity. The work requires physical strength, spatial reasoning, and tolerance for angry passengers being shoved into uncomfortable positions. The profession highlights Japan's solution to overcrowding, hiring people to physically force more humans into spaces that are already full. 21. Ocularists earn $60,000 or $100,000 annually, handcrafting custom prosthetic eyes for people who've lost eyes to injury or disease. These specialized artisans combine medical knowledge with artistic skill, painting intricate iris patterns and matching natural eye colors perfectly. Each prosthetic eye is individually crafted to fit the patient's socket and match their remaining eye, requiring exceptional attention to detail. The profession requires years of training in both medical fitting and artistic painting, with master ocularists commanding premium prices for their unique combination of skills. 22. Professional bed warmers at luxury hotels earn $50 to $60 per hour, climbing into guest beds before arrival to warm the sheets with their body heat. These human heating systems lie in beds for 30 minutes, ensuring sheets reach optimal sleeping temperature for VIP guests who expect ultimate luxury. The job requires comfort being in strangers' beds, ability to maintain consistent body temperature, and working unusual hours when guests are arriving. While it sounds absurd, some luxury hotels offer this service as the ultimate in personalized comfort, and guests pay premium room rates that justify employing human bed warmers. 23. Rental family members in Japan earn $150 per hour pretending to be family members for clients who need someone to attend events, meet parents, or fill social roles. These professional family actors play spouses at weddings, children at family gatherings, or parents at school events, providing convincing performances as hired relatives. The work requires acting skills, emotional intelligence, and ability to convincingly portray relationships that don't actually exist. The profession exists because Japanese social pressures create demand for people who can help others save face in situations where real family members aren't available or suitable. 24. Golf ball spotters at driving ranges earn $15 to $25 per hour, sitting in armored vehicles on the range picking up balls while golfers hit shots around them. These brave range workers drive protective vehicles that look like giant metal cages, collecting balls while golfers actively aim at them. The job requires trusting that protective cages will withstand impact from hundreds of golf balls traveling at high speeds and nerves calm enough to collect balls while projectiles bounce off your vehicle. While the pay isn't astronomical, it's more than most entry-level jobs and requires no special skills beyond willingness to be a moving target. 25. Professional bridesmaid dress wearers earn $200–500 per fitting modeling dresses at bridal shops, so actual bridesmaids don't have to keep changing clothes during the long shopping sessions. These living mannequins try on dozens of dresses per day, allowing bridal parties to see how different dresses look on real bodies without everyone in the wedding party constantly changing. The work requires patience for repetitive fittings that can last hours, ability to model dresses professionally while standing for long periods, and maintaining friendly demeanor while people critique how various dresses look on your body. Some bridal shops employ multiple dress models in different sizes to show entire wedding parties how dresses fit various body types, helping brides visualize their complete wedding party in different dress options. The job combines elements of modeling with customer service, requiring both physical presence and interpersonal skills. 26. Paper towel sniffers earn $50,000 to $60,000 annually, ensuring paper products don't have unpleasant chemical odors before leaving factories and reaching store shelves. These smell experts sniff thousands of paper towels, toilet paper rolls, and tissues daily, checking for scents that might indicate manufacturing problems, chemical contamination, or quality issues that could result in customer complaints. The job requires a sensitive nose capable of detecting subtle chemical odors most people wouldn't notice, ability to distinguish between acceptable paper scent and problematic odors, and tolerance for spending all day sniffing paper products in manufacturing facilities. Major paper companies employ these specialists because unpleasant-smelling products lead to customer complaints, returns, and brand damage that costs far more than paying smell experts to catch problems before products ship. Some paper sniffers develop such refined abilities that they can identify specific chemicals or manufacturing issues from scent alone. 27. Professional paint drying watchers earn around $40,000 per year, literally watching paint dry to ensure proper drying times and finish quality for paint manufacturers developing new formulations. These quality control specialists monitor paint under various temperature and humidity conditions, documenting how long different formulations take to dry and whether they cure properly without defects. While it's become a cultural metaphor for the most boring possible work, professional paint watchers must pay extremely close attention to subtle changes in finish, sheen, and texture as paint dries. The job requires genuine attention to detail, ability to focus on work that most people would find impossibly tedious, and documentation skills to record precise observations for research and development. Paint companies employ these specialists because accurate drying time data is essential for product labels and customer satisfaction, and automated systems can't match human observation for detecting subtle finish problems. 28. Train pushers in India earn modest but steady incomes, helping passengers board impossibly overcrowded trains by literally pushing people through doors and windows during rush hour. These platform assistants use poles, their hands, and sometimes their entire bodies to compress passengers into trains operating at 200–300% capacity, with people hanging from doors and sitting on roofs. The work requires significant physical strength, quick reflexes to avoid being pulled into trains themselves, and tolerance for daily chaos on platforms where thousands of people compete for limited space. The profession exists because India's rail system transports millions more passengers than it was designed to handle, creating demand for people who can help maximize train capacity through creative human compression. Some pushers become locally famous for their ability to fit seemingly impossible numbers of passengers into trains, developing techniques refined over years of practice. 29. Professional chocolate tasters earn $50,000 to $70,000 annually evaluating chocolate for major manufacturers, testing everything from cocoa percentage to texture, flavor notes, and mouthfeel. These flavor specialists have refined palates trained to detect subtle differences between chocolate formulations, identifying off flavors, and ensuring quality standards across production runs. The work requires culinary expertise usually developed through formal training, deep understanding of chocolate production processes, and discipline to taste without actually consuming large quantities of chocolate that would make anyone sick. While it sounds delicious, professional tasters must maintain objective standards and can't let personal preferences affect their evaluations of whether chocolate meets technical specifications. Some specialize in particular types of chocolate, becoming experts in dark chocolate, milk chocolate, or luxury premium products. 30. Professional worm pickers earn $20, $30 per hour collecting night crawlers from lawns and golf courses after dark for sale to bait shops and composting operations. These nocturnal harvesters work after dark when worms surface following rain, grabbing them before they disappear back into the ground, with reflexes fast enough to catch creatures that can retract into their burrows in fractions of a second. Skilled worm pickers can collect thousands of worms per night, with some earning over $50,000 annually during peak seasons by working long nights and selling to multiple buyers. The work requires quick hands, good night vision, and willingness to spend nights crawling around wet grass, grabbing slimy worms that try to escape your grasp. Some pickers develop techniques using headlamps with special lighting that makes worms easier to see, and experienced harvesters know exactly which conditions produce the most worms. Dice quality control specialists at manufacturing facilities earn $35,000, $50,000 per year, rolling dice thousands of times to ensure they're properly balanced and produce truly random results. These statistical testers document results from countless rolls, identifying dice that consistently favor certain numbers. The work requires understanding of probability, patience for extremely repetitive testing, and attention to patterns that might indicate manufacturing defects. Gaming companies employ these specialists because unbalanced dice could undermine entire product lines if customers discover they're not producing fair results. 32. Professional dog food tasters earn $60,000, $75,000 annually, ensuring dog food tastes good by standards dogs might appreciate, since dogs can't fill out feedback forms. These specialized tasters evaluate texture, moisture content, and flavor profiles of dog food products, using their understanding of canine preferences to predict whether dogs will enjoy the food. The work requires culinary training, knowledge of pet nutrition, and ability to evaluate food meant for animals rather than humans. While they typically spit out the food after tasting, these professionals spend careers evaluating products most humans wouldn't consider putting in their mouths. 33. Professional video game testers earn $40,000, $70,000 per year, playing unreleased games to find bugs, glitches, and problems before public launch. These quality assurance specialists play the same game sections repeatedly, deliberately trying to break games and document every error. While gaming sounds fun, professional testers perform tedious repetitive tasks like walking into walls for hours to check collision detection, or repeatedly performing the same action thousands of times to find rare bugs. The work requires meticulous documentation skills, patience for repetitive gameplay, and ability to approach games analytically rather than for entertainment. 34. Professional TV watchers earn $30,000, $50,000 annually, viewing television content for streaming services and networks, tagging shows with metadata, and ensuring quality standards before content goes live. These content reviewers watch countless hours of programming, categorizing shows by genre, rating content appropriateness for various audiences, identifying issues like audio problems or incorrect subtitles, and ensuring content is ready for distribution. The work requires ability to maintain focus through hours of continuous viewing, attention to detail for metadata accuracy, and stamina to watch significantly more TV than seems humanly possible while maintaining critical analysis. Some services employ hundreds of content taggers who collectively watch and categorize millions of hours of programming, with each viewer developing specialties in particular types of content. 35. Professional queue managers at theme parks earn $35,000, $50,000 per year, organizing lines and managing crowd flow to minimize wait times and prevent bottlenecks that reduce park capacity. These crowd control specialists use psychology and logistics to keep thousands of guests moving efficiently through parks, redirecting crowds, adjusting queue configurations based on real-time conditions, and sometimes entertaining guests waiting in long lines. The work requires understanding of crowd dynamics and human behavior, quick problem-solving skills to handle unexpected situations, and ability to remain calm when managing frustrated guests who've been waiting for hours in heat. Major theme parks employ teams of queue managers because efficient crowd movement directly impacts guest satisfaction, safety, and park capacity, making these specialists essential to operations. 36. Airplane repossession specialists earn $85,000, $150,000 annually tracking down and legally seizing aircraft from owners who've defaulted on payments, often working internationally. These aviation bounty hunters locate planes through investigative work, sometimes stealing them from airports by filing false flight plans and taking off before owners realize what's happening. The work requires commercial pilot licenses for various aircraft types, investigative skills to track planes that owners are actively hiding, understanding of international aviation law, and willingness to operate in legally ambiguous situations that skirt the edge of legality. The profession exists in a gray area between legal repossession and what looks like theft, with successful repo pilots earning premium rates because few people have the combination of skills, nerve, and questionable judgment required to steal airplanes legally. 37. Professional mourners at Chinese funerals earn $40, $80 per hour, wailing, crying, and performing elaborate grief displays to honor the deceased and support grieving families. These professional grievers learn traditional mourning songs and rituals specific to different regions and religions, providing emotional atmosphere that demonstrates proper respect for the dead through culturally appropriate displays of grief. The work requires acting ability to produce genuine-seeming tears and emotional displays, understanding of complex funeral traditions, and stamina to maintain intense emotional performances for hours. In cultures where lavish funerals demonstrate family devotion and social status, hiring professional mourners ensures appropriately impressive ceremonies regardless of how many genuine mourners attend, with some wealthy families hiring dozens of professional mourners to create elaborate emotional displays. 38. Professional mistletoe harvesters earn $20,000, $40,000 during holiday seasons, climbing tall trees to cut mistletoe for Christmas decoration sales. These seasonal specialists scale trees up to 50 feet high using climbing equipment, harvesting parasitic plants that grow in treetops. The work requires climbing skills, comfort working at dangerous heights, and willingness to spend winter months in trees cutting plants that most people only see as holiday decorations. Experienced harvesters know which trees have the best mistletoe and can collect enough during short seasons to earn substantial incomes from this niche market. 39. Professional dice controllers at casinos earn $55,000, $70,000 annually, mastering precise dice throwing techniques that influence results without cheating. These specialists develop such consistent throwing mechanics that they can influence dice outcomes through skill rather than luck. While casinos ban players who dice control too effectively, they hire their own specialists to understand the techniques and detect players using them. The work requires exceptional hand-eye coordination, understanding of physics and probability, and thousands of hours practicing throwing techniques. 40. Furniture models earn $200, $400 per hour, posing as living statues in furniture store displays, remaining motionless in windows or showrooms to attract attention. These human mannequins stay perfectly still for hours, surprising shoppers who assume they're looking at statues until the model suddenly moves. The work requires physical stamina to maintain positions without moving, ability to ignore itching and discomfort, and comfort being stared at by crowds. High-end furniture stores use living models to create buzz and drive foot traffic, paying premium rates for people who can convincingly impersonate furniture. 41. Professional fortune cookie writers earn $40,000, $60,000 annually composing the brief messages that go inside fortune cookies for major manufacturers producing millions of cookies. These specialized writers create thousands of fortunes, balancing optimism with vagueness and ensuring messages are universally applicable and inoffensive across cultures. The work requires creativity within strict constraints of space and tone, understanding of what makes satisfying fortunes that feel personal while being generic, and ability to produce endless variations on themes of luck, love, and success without repeating yourself. Major fortune cookie manufacturers employ small teams of writers who collectively produce the millions of fortunes consumed annually in Chinese restaurants worldwide. 42. Professional complainers in Japan earn $50, $80 per hour being hired to complain on behalf of people who are too polite or uncomfortable making complaints themselves in a culture that discourages confrontation. These complaint specialists confront businesses about poor service, defective products, or unsatisfactory experiences, using professional demeanor to get results without creating animosity or embarrassing clients. The work requires assertiveness, balanced with professionalism, thorough understanding of consumer rights and business practices, and ability to negotiate favorable outcomes for clients. The profession exists because Japanese cultural norms strongly discourage direct confrontation, creating demand for people who can complain effectively on others' behalf without violating social expectations. 43. Golf ball spot wetters at driving ranges earn $12–18 per hour, using water hoses to wet small spots on the range where golfers place balls for hitting, supposedly improving shot quality. These range attendants ensure balls sit properly on wetted grass rather than dry ground, maintaining dozens of wet spots simultaneously as different golfers rotate through hitting stations. The work requires ability to judge how much water creates ideal conditions, understanding of golfer preferences about ball placement, and tolerance for tasks that seem pointless to outsiders who don't understand subtle differences between hitting from wet versus dry grass. While the job appears absurd, regular golfers appreciate properly wetted ball spots, and ranges employ dedicated wetters to maintain this detail that supposedly affects shot quality. 44. Professional sneaker proxies earn $40,000, $80,000 annually, purchasing limited release shoes for resellers who need someone to physically wait in lines and enter raffles. These proxy specialists camp outside stores for days before shoe releases, enter hundreds of online raffles, and use various tactics to secure coveted sneakers that immediately resell for significant profits. The work requires dedication to following sneaker release schedules, willingness to spend nights camping outside stores, and connections within sneaker communities. Successful proxies work for multiple resellers simultaneously, earning per-shoe fees plus bonuses for securing particularly rare releases. 45, and finally, professional statues and living art performers earn $150–500 per hour, remaining motionless in public spaces, painted entirely in metallic paint to look like actual statues. These human sculptures maintain frozen poses for hours at tourist attractions, only moving occasionally to surprise onlookers who've been debating whether they're real people. The work requires exceptional physical control to remain motionless despite fatigue and discomfort, ability to ignore hecklers and people testing whether you're real, and tolerance for being touched by curious tourists. Top statue performers develop signature poses and characters, building reputations that command premium rates at major tourist destinations. Some work year-round at popular locations, earning over $80,000 annually by essentially being paid to not move, proving that sometimes the most profitable career move is making no moves at all. The truth about these wild careers is that they exist because someone had to do work that seemed too bizarre, too unpleasant, or too weird for traditional employment, and they figured out how to make serious money from it. These jobs prove that unconventional paths often lead to surprising financial success. The real lesson isn't that everyone should become a professional armpit smeller or human bed warmer. It's that the most lucrative opportunities often hide in places where others refuse to look. Doing work that others refuse to do, solving problems that others refuse to acknowledge exist. Subscribe if you want more proof that conventional career advice is overrated, and hit that notification bell if you're ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about what constitutes a real job that pays real money.